Today, we're getting into the story of an American nu metal band from Zero. They were around from about 1998 to 2005.
Right.
And just so everyone's clear right away, no, this is not the Linkin Park album from 2024 that has the same name.
Yeah. That does make searching for them a bit tricky these days. It happens, though.
It really does. A classic music history headache.
Absolutely. And from Zero, they came up right in the thick of that nu metal explosion.
Streak era, right.
Totally. It was all about heavy riffs, hip-hop beats, that raw emotional stuff. You had alternative metal, rap, funk, grunge, industrial, all mashed together.
A real melting pot.
Exactly. And from Zero's journey, it's more than just one band's story. It's like a perfect case study for what bands face in that, frankly, oversaturated scene in the late 90s, early 2000s, that whole boom and bust cycle.
Okay, let's unpack this then. They were a Chicago band, right? Formed 98. But the core guys, Petinato, Ruccia, Dinu, they went back even further, early 90s.
That's right.
So in this super crowded field, how did they stand out? Was it just luck, or did they consciously try to sound different?
I think it was their sound, genuinely. They actually put a lot more emphasis on vocal harmonies.
Really, harmonies in nu metal?
Yeah, and they dialed back the obvious hip-hop elements compared to, say, Limp Bizkit or maybe Puya.
Interesting. So what was their sound then?
It was definitely aggressive hard rock at its core, but they pulled in bits of thrash, grunge, industrial, even grindcore, that really fast, intense stuff. And rap was still in there, just maybe not front and center.
Okay.
Reviewers pointed out their two-guitar onslaught, apparently, and a relentless polyrhythmic drum attack.
Polyrhythmic.
Yeah.
So complex, layered beats.
Yeah, drums doing multiple things at once, basically. It gave them this powerful, but like you said, more melodic feel for the genre. Quite distinctive.
And that translated into actual success, at least initially. I read about their 1999 EP, the self-titled one, sometimes called the Green Album.
The green cover.
It sold over 6,000 copies just locally. I mean, it's pretty solid for an independent band, right?
Oh, absolutely. 6,000 copies back then, purely grassroots. That was huge.
Is that what got the major labels interested? That kind of hard proof?
Exactly. It showed they could build an audience on their own. It wasn't just hype. It was real fans buying music, and that's what led Arista Records to sign them.
Right, Arista. And their debut album, One Nation Under, came out in 2001.
Yeah, and it had re-recorded versions of some of those EP tracks.
And they got a single charting, didn't they? Check yeah.
They did. It hit number 37 on the mainstream rock chart.
Not bad for a first outing on a major.
Not bad at all. And critically, One Nation Under got some really positive attention.
Oh, yeah.
AllMusic called it an aggressive brand of hard rock, mixing melody with, well, all those influences we mentioned, thrash, grunge, industrial, grindcore, rap.
So the critics heard that unique blend, too.
They did. The vocalist, Jet, got props for his crystal clear baritone, but also being able to unleash primal screaming.
Versatile.
Very. Reviewers liked the band's energy, their youthful exuberance, said they had a unique persona in a genre full of copycats. The Daily Vault even gave it an A.
An A, wow.
But here's the thing. Despite all that praise and the charting single, neither Check Ya nor any other track became a massive nationwide hit.
So even with good reviews and some chart action, breaking through was still incredibly hard.
Brutally hard. The competition was just immense. There were so many bands vying for that same airplay, that same shelf space. Good wasn't always good enough.
Right. So where did things go from there? That leads us to the second album, My So-Called Life, in 2003. Things didn't go as well.
No, not at all. The critical reception was, well, poor. AllMusic only gave it 2 out of 5 stars, called it overproduced.
Ouch. And sales.
Very low. It just didn't connect.
And the label's reaction.
Swift. If you look at the bigger picture, From Zero got dropped by Arista less than a month after My So-Called Life came out.
Why that quick?
Yeah, but you have to remember, by mid-2003, mid-2004, the whole nu metal wave was crashing.
Oversaturation finally taking its toll.
Definitely. Oversaturation, lots of albums underperforming, and tastes were already shifting towards things like metalcore. Labels were just cutting their losses. From Zero got caught right in that downdraft. The boom led straight into the bust.
So you have the poor reception for the album, the genre declining, the label dropping them, and then internal pressures, too.
Seems like it. Reports mention creative burdens, financial stress. The vocalist Jet apparently needed to keep a day job. The guitarist, Joe Petinato, had his construction business to focus on.
Real life starts to bite hard when the music career stalls.
Exactly. So putting it all together, it led to them disbanding in 2005. You can imagine them seeing the scene shrink and realizing it probably wasn't coming back.
It's a tough story.
Right.
But despite the relatively short run and the way it ended, they do have a legacy, right? Especially in certain circles.
They really do, yeah. It's maybe niche, but it's there. They're still remembered well in Chicago, obviously. And if you look online, like on Reddit's new metal communities,
New metals.
yeah, places like that, they pop up all the time as a very underrated band. People really latched onto that distinct sound, the melodies. That first album, One Nation Under, fans often call it a not one skip album.
High praise from dedicated fans.
It is. It shows that even if the mainstream success wasn't sustained, the music itself made a lasting connection with a part of the audience.
And it's good to see some members landed on their feet. Like the bassist, Rob Ruscia. He moved into music production, right? Co-launched a label.
Yeah, 361 Degrees Records. He's had a successful career on the production side. Shows that adaptability.
So thinking about their whole arc,
Mm.
the unique sound, the early success, the critical praise, the industry crash, but this lingering fan appreciation, it leaves you with a question.
Mm.
Well, maybe more for you, the listener, to think about.
Right. It makes you ask, how does a band's actual artistic contribution, their real legacy, find its place and endure in music history? Especially when commercial success gets cut short by things like shifting trends or that whole boom and bust cycle of a genre. Where does the real value stick around?
Something to chew on.